Moving on from the darkness, we got to talk about Starship SN11. RIP. Obviously, we did do a live react. We happened to be able to watch it live. The timing worked out, but nobody, including the people down in Boca Chica, could actually see it. There was fog. There were a few pictures that actually were able to see through the top of the fog, and people were able to catch a glimpse in between that. But it was really not a good visual thing. Now, does SpaceX have to cater to people like us who are either on the ground, boots on the ground in Boca Chica or Florida or wherever it is that things are launching? Do they have to do these tests visually? No, they don't. And it's always just an added bonus that they're able to. It, of course, limits what we're able to do. So we didn't talk about it. I didn't release that video because it was just me, a gasp that I heard an explosion or didn't know what was going on. I was bouncing between streams. I think NASA Spaceflight did a great job with theirs, and they obviously, the debris that came down and hit most people's cameras that were set up was pretty wild. Cosmic perspective as well. It was really another example of why the FAA process and the relationship that SpaceX has now garnered well with the FAA to make sure that everything is up to safety. So remember, there are a lot of people that are still living around in that area. So, yes, testing's great, but you also got to make sure it's safe. So, if we look at this tweet from Elon Musk, we got an update. This is April 5th, so not that long ago, first contact day. He said that the ascent phase, the transition to horizontal, and control during free fall were good. So, going to the ascent, turning to the belly flop move, which a lot of people were saying didn't look right. Elon is saying it looked good, but there was a relatively small CH4 leak that led to the fire on the engine 2 and fried up part of the avionics, which caused the hard start attempting landing burn in CH4 turbo pump, and this is getting fixed 6 ways to Sunday. So essentially, a bunch of the stuff got, there was a leak, fire, engine and the avionics burn, which means they couldn't do the landing burn properly. SN11 is the last of this kind of early stage Starship, and they're basically cutting their plan from SN12 through SN14 and completely tossing it off the table. Essentially, they've gotten to the point in the design and the iteration of Starship, they've tested enough that they believe that SN15 has enough of these fixes to get these problems fixed 6 ways to Sunday. So Elon has talked about the many improvements that are going to be on Starship SN15. So we're going to be seeing a brand new type of Starship. There's going to be a lot of new things to look out for, not only in the mission profile, but in the actual rocket itself. So it's cool to see that, they really do just love this fail forward mentality, this fail fast, move quicker, and to be able to say, hey, we've made this so we can produce these Starship quickly at a reduced cost, whatever it is. We can build these fast enough and cheaply enough that, we had this plan of going to SN15. You know what? Toss it. We've got enough data. They've got enough good flights and good tests to prove out certain things and to push forward certain things that they may have introduced later into testing. So it's just a great example of, hey, when you fail and you've got enough data to figure out what happened, fix it and move on early. So this is going to be interesting to see how it works. The other thing is the Raptor engines that are on board are brand new engines. The fuel system is brand new. And so to figure that out is going to take a long time. I think we talked about this before. The space shuttle engines took a very long time, and those roughly are now, 40 years old or so? Maybe even 50 if you go to the early design stage era of that. And that version, that RS-25 engine is being used on the SLS today. So it definitely takes a while for a rocket engine to be developed and become reliable. They've done that with the Falcon 9 and the Merlin engines. So it's only a matter of time, right? If they have the luxury of time to have enough attempts to fix this, then they're going to be good. And I'm happy to see what's going on. But they've got a lot to fix. So we'll see if all these fixes make things more reliable or if it adds to more things that need to be figured out. But time will tell. We'll find out eventually here. So best of luck to the SpaceX team.